When I was scrolling around Twitter today, I saw this and it kind of was like, huh? So the tweet was about the Young Bucks saying they had intentionally boring matches. This is on nodq.com. Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks on Tunnel Talk podcast commented on the team changing their
Who?
the Tunnel Talk podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
Who are these guys? Monty and the Pharaoh.
I guess you were on their show, from what I understand.
I don't remember, but if they went on the
Somebody sent me a message saying that they said that you had with them, and that for us not to pretend we don't know who they are. And I was like, who?
I mean, how long ago was this? It's like,
right.
I did a podcast. It's like those guys, right. And then so I guess they did a whole show,
right,
on us like dissing them,
right.
And I still don't know who they are.
Right. I was tagged by them, okay, on Twitter, right. And I put, first of all, who are you guys?
Right.
And then I put like 2 smart marks.
Right. Yeah, I have no clue. So
yeah, whatever. All right. So continue reading, Joe, or were you done?
So on this show, Matt Jackson, about the in-ring work being changed when they turned heel, and he said, when we did the EVP thing, we were like, let's just have really boring matches. Let's stop doing all this.
You ain't kidding on that one.
Let's stop doing all the super athletic moves that get the big reactions. It is hard because one of the things in general is that most of our stuff is pretty exciting. It's high spots, but we did it. And then Nick said, I stopped doing dives for maybe 8 months. I didn't do a tumble out to the floor for about 8 months, and that was on purpose. We literally wanted people to think, are these guys not athletic anymore? Are they just boring wrestlers now?
All right. What do you think of that? I've got an opinion.
Okay. So, right. So they're saying that if you wanted to have boring matches, you were having boring matches, but you got to kind of let the fans in on it a little bit, right. Maybe, because I'll give you an example. When Mick Foley was doing that gimmick in ECW, where he was just doing headlock.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and they were making the whole gimmick out of it.
Right.
They were saying and telling in interviews. He was like, I found my new favorite thing in professional wrestling.
Right.
Bad matches.
Right.
Right. And then like the announcers would be like getting mad. Yeah. At him like having a bad match. Right. So like, bro, but that's like the
Don Callis kind of did that when he was the heel in ECW and he worked for the corporate. Right. You remember that or no?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he got mega heat. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, so what they don't realize is, dude, this is television. You are trying to narrate a story, telling stories to your viewers, but they have, like you said, you got to let them in on it. This sounds like a gimmick where a company that doesn't have production meetings, that these guys just decide to have bad matches on their own, didn't clue in the announcers.
Nobody's in on it.
Nobody's in it. We're just going to have bad matches.
Not the fans, that's like, not the announcers.
I'm like, dude, all you had to do was say.
But here's my question.
Have the announcer say what? Do a gimmick where you're running to do a dive and then you just stop and you do your dance. Like you don't do it. There's ways to work it, but it's like, we're fine. It's funny.
And he could have just said this: "We're the VPs. We don't have to work hard."
Right.
Well,
and explains what they're doing. But here's my question, Disco. Now, I like the Young Bucks. Never were divas when I worked with them. Always very creative.
I always got along too. Yeah.
Always very professional, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you always remember in this business who are the unprofessional guys and who are the professional guys. Right. And they stuck out to me as being beyond and above
and beyond.
Being when they didn't have to. So they'll always, but here's my question. So your work wasn't good. What's the excuse for your promos?
All right. Well, let me go one step further then. Okay.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to go outside the box on this. Okay. Right. We're assuming that what they're telling people in this interview, in this story here, is the truth.
Right.
What if they just didn't get over? And like after the fact,
no, because they weren't really doing a lot of acrobatic stuff, so that kind of gives credence to what they said.
But I'm just saying, I wonder if this is like after the fact. They're saying like, "Oh, that was just a gimmick that we're doing."
I think you're really thinking out of the box. I don't think,
you never know. But yeah, that's absurd. Like I said, you got to bro, that's producing television.
Right.
You're not that. I'm finding out months later. This is
right. And we were saying on our show, what's wrong with them? They're not motivated. They look like they don't want to be there. Right. And it was all a work. It's like, but you kind of worked yourself. If a new viewer is watching the show, they're thinking, who are these guys?
Right.
They'd,
Well, I just want to bring up a point too. is like bro, this is in the big picture, and this might be why, like, one of the reasons Dave is so, setting up this I call it a straw man narrative where he's keep talking about the rights deal. Him and Eric are arguing on Twitter again today about the TV rights deal because Dave thinks that the TV rights deal made all of us, like, everybody look stupid.
Right.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because you obviously don't listen to us because we were saying that we're going to get a better rights deal.
Right. Nobody listens to us. They just comment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the whole narrative is just absurd.
Now, what was Eric telling him back?
Dave's just delusion because somebody actually posted clips or like the transcript of clips of Eric talking about the rights deal, that they were going to be getting more money.
Right.
And they should, like, the congratulations, like, completely opposite of what Dave is trying to, like, trying to put over to the audience, right?
Right.
And so it's weird because I think the thing is here, and I got to call it spade, okay? We'll disagree on this, but, like, everybody and their mother that people keep talking about, I posted a tweet where the headbutt spot where these Osprey and Fletcher headbutting each other for a shoot and bleeding.
Oh, that was brutal, bro.
Okay,
I couldn't believe that.
I'm saying, since Will Ospreay has debuted,
right.
AEW's lost over 200,000 viewers.
Right.
Okay. They probably don't even realize it's because they're doing stupid like this. Okay. I said, please work smarter. Of course, the AEW fan base is attacking me. Oh, you were never right. So I want to bring.
Yeah, but can I just say something?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, bro. This isn't the 1990s when we didn't know about CTE and all these football players with injuries like what's his name, McMichael, and all these other guys that you see that, and everybody in this day and age, two people hitting each other like that. Right. A lot of people don't want to see that, dude. And sponsors don't want to see blood. Yeah.
Right. I put the sickos love it, though, and the story writes itself. You know who liked this? You know who liked, like, my comment? Matt Hardy liked that, actually. Matt Hardy actually liked my post.
Well, he's a smart guy.
But I want to make a point.
Yeah.
Okay. And this, to me, these are the facts. I don't care what anybody thinks about, work to people rating matches and stuff and things like some people like the way guys wrestle, other people's don't. Throughout the history of professional wrestling, like, nobody drew like Hulk Hogan. Okay, but when you watch Hulk Hogan matches today, like, these fans, smart fans, you look at the work, you're not looking at that as like, this is great work. Okay, but in the big picture of staying safe and just getting the crowd, doing a comeback, selling, it's excellent work in the historical context.
But here's the thing. When I first broke into the business, they always used to say, oh, Konnan's a Hulk Hogan of Mexico. I go, please don't compare me to him because I can't actually work. But here's the thing. But all these great workers, and we could go down the list of hundreds, right?
Right.
Who is the culture phenomena that's Hulk Hogan? Bro, this guy came out in UFC with the flag and, I mean, who doesn't know Hogan?
Right. Well,
they're not going, well, he had bad matches. He sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, according to this fan base. So I want to make a point.
Right.
Everybody and their mother, all right, let's face facts. The best performers, according to Dave Meltzer, over the past, like, 7 to 10, however long it's been, have been Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, the Young Bucks, and Okada, based on their star ratings, their tag team years, everything. Okay, so this is not a point that can be argued against that I'm going to make. Dude, they've been on TV for a decent amount of time.
Right.
They've lost viewers.
Right.
Period. Okay, now you can blame that on whoever, whatever and everything, but if I would sit there and tell you, okay, hey, I'm not really a fan of that style of work. Okay, like, I don't think they're as good as you guys say they are. All right, I could say that, bro. I'm the only one that has any evidence to show you because, like, a lot of other people probably think like me because, bro, they're turning off the show.
Right.
So my thing is like those are Dave's guys.
Right.
Okay, and I would purport that's the narrative here. Like, look. The AEW started, all your best guys who have been on TV and have been on American television for a considerable amount of time to do it American TV. And, bro, they haven't drawn. They've lost. They're losing viewers. So it's one of two things here, okay? Number one is either you think their work is better than it actually is, or two, Bro, the vast majority of wrestling fans that you want to draw to your shows and draw to your crowds don't really care that much about how great the work supposedly is. And I think so. What would you say? No, I would say number 2 probably is more, because I don't think people really, as long as everybody is a decent worker, I don't think people really give if you're great.
Right. Well, here's the problem. They have too many wrestlers that look like they just came out of the indies. It's like a glorified indie promotion. Right. And when you look at WWE, the professionalism across the board cannot be denied. Now, I think, obviously I could be wrong, that this guy has a lot of money, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'll give you an example. If all of a sudden you won the jackpot or California, you know, it's like millions of dollars, right? Right. And you had but you had the way to maybe own a football team, right? And pick up guys that you personally like, right? Because that's what he's done. Right. He was a mark for a lot of these guys. He's a mark for himself, and if he needs to put money to keep this hobby going, he will. Right. You know. Yeah, exactly. So they have the thing is they have a niche audience. How many 100%. People actually watch Japanese wrestling? Just the hardest of the hardcore in the United States. Okay. Right. So how many? So they have a niche audience, which right now TV ratings, I don't know what digitally it is, but every time I look at their digital numbers, are brutal. Okay. Right. Which is hovering around 600,000. Right. That's basically it, bro. And this is why I'll tell you, but why we'll give them credit. It's a very strong niche audience. Right. Okay, because dude, they're like getting. Think about this: you're getting 600,000 viewers. Like 1 out of every 6 of those people are getting the pay-per-views. That's a very big. Yeah, he number. Makes good money in pay-per-views for the low audience that he has. Like you know, the amount of people that are the percentage of fans that are buying the pay-per-views are like that. That's I'm like, wow, that's it. They're doing. That's a metric that because he's tapping into his niche audience. Because they know the pay-per-views. You want to grow, right? Right, yeah. Exactly. And they're not doing, they keep tapping into this. Like every time this happens, they have a pay-per-view and everybody for 2-3 days is tweeting, oh, God, that what great match and paid best opening match. They're just lauding, praising the pay-per-view. I'm like, bro, that's okay. That's fantastic. Bro, let me tell you something. That's not one of the problems that you have. Right. It's your pay-per-view quality. Yeah, that's probably the strongest thing you have. Right. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, bro. If I lost those numbers in Mexico, they would fire me. Oh, yeah, 100%. No questions asked. 100%. But he's the owner who's going to fire him, right? And that's his hobby. Yeah, exactly. So, well, I mean, it's just, I mean, it is what it is. You know, they got a new Rod Street. Right. They got more, but it's like, I don't see it. It's just weird. I mean, bro, here's a funny thing, too. Joe, pull up the AEW account, either Tony Khan or AEW on TV or whatever, right? Okay. And then I want you to pull up the WWE account or a USA Network account and see what they're promoting for this Monday and the next week of television. All right, because somebody tweeted this today and I thought it was fascinating. Okay, so the Raw on Netflix is starting and it's the first show of the new deal. Okay, AEW I believe is starting the first show of their new rights deal. If I'm correct, I think it is the beginning of the calendar year. I may not be accurate on that. Okay, but I'm just saying. The new year is starting and Raw is going to Netflix. Joe, pull up what they're advertising for Raw. If you can pull it up here, do you got that?
Yeah, I got the Twitter up. It's Hunter.
Can you show it?
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's what he wants. Yeah.
No, that's AEW, bro.
Here's WWE.
Okay, WWE Triple H. Monday night on USA Network. Thank you very much. Okay, all right. So All right. So this is an ad, I guess. Well, I don't know. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you go through their social media, they're promoting Drew versus Jey Uso, okay? Punk versus Seth. What's her name against Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, and the Tribal Combat. Okay, bro, put up what AEW is promoting for this week. Their big highlight of like their big thing. This is hysterical.
You have the card?
No, not this. Keep going. Going down. You got to see this thing that they're promoting.
It's Collision.
Collision. Fight for the Hurt Syndicate.
Is it better than? Is it better than fighting for the Diamond Ring?
No, you'll see. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Keep going. Where is it? Bro, they're promoting Jeff Jarrett is making a big announcement.
Wait a minute.
Okay, like that was like the big thing. Like Jeff Jarrett is making a big announcement. And I was like, suck it up, dude. I'm like I said, one company does everything right these days. They're doing the social media right, and I'll admit, I will say one thing. We have been saying for the past couple months that the WWE shows have been kind of more underwhelming than in the past. Like they're not as good as they were, right? Bro, their attendance now is dropping a little bit. Okay, for their house show, which okay, but we said this hey, that's they're losing a little bit of
interest. They've had a good little run so far, but I bet you it all starts again in Netflix.
WrestleMania,
and we're going to WrestleMania, so 100%.
Yeah. But like it's not like we're WWE and stuff, and bro, we're calling it like we see it. We said and the numbers are kind of matching what we say, So
I think this tweet here is what you're talking about, Disco. Jobber Nation says on the first Raw on Netflix, WWE's promoting a huge match between Punk and Rollins, Reigns solo livery, etc. On the first Dynamite on Max, AEW's promoting a Jeff Jarrett announcement. There's levels to this.
Right. Exactly. That's what I saw. But
and Double J's our boy, but really, dude?
Yeah, come on. It's dude. Yeah. It's Netflix has started. It's Jeff Jarrett has an announcement to make, so.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.